In Chicago, we love our bicycles. We ride on the lakefront bike path, we bike the drive, we have a bicycling mayor, we've even been designated a bike-friendly city. But what does most of Chicago area biking have in common? Well, it's flat. We have to face the hard truth that Chicago will never be a destination for world-class mountain biking. But for those of you who want to venture off the asphalt, there is mountain biking around Chicago, and there's even a guidebook. Chicago Tonight producer Jay Shefsky is a longtime cyclist, but he's never been mountain biking, so he asked the author of this guidebook to show him the ropes.
There are 75 mountain biking destinations in Peter Strazzabosco's guidebook. For my lesson, he's taken me to his favorite, the Palos Sag Valley Forest Preserve in the southwest suburbs. There are more than 30 miles of bike trails here, and we're at the one he thinks is the best of the best, at Bullfrog Lake.
So is there anything that I need to keep in mind and watch out for while we're riding?
Well, one of the main things you want to be thinking about is controlling your speed. If you're going too fast, chances are if you have to make a turn, you're going to go beyond the trail, and that accelerates erosion where it doesn't have to be. Lean back, Jay.
Now, I'm as concerned about trail erosion as the next guy.
Use your brakes.
But at the moment, I'm more concerned about coming out of this lesson alive.
Oh boy!
This stretch is a lot steeper and rockier than the last one.
All right, so Peter, talk to me about going down these hills and the rocks and speed. Any advice?
Yes, you need to keep a couple things in mind. You want to shift your weight backwards so you don't front load yourself and go over the handlebars if you hit a big rock. Secondly, you got to really control your speed. Slow it down to a rate that you're comfortable with. Use both the front and the back brakes, especially the back, because if you're too heavy on the front, again, you might be more inclined to go over your handlebars.
Before, we were in a nice kind of dirt trail. I felt really in control, kind of no matter what the speed. I just had to worry about a rut or a twig or something.
Right.
With these things, I keep feeling like they're gonna come out from under me.
Well, if you control your weight, they're not gonna come out from under you. If you control your speed, your wheels aren't gonna let go. But that's the beauty of this place, is that a lot of variety here, and you really, unless you're used to it, you really can't know what's around the next turn. Conditions can change from week to week.
And even on the not-so-steep dirt trails,
Got a rock right here, Jay.
there is plenty that you won't find on a paved bike path.
Like fallen logs, sharp turns, ruts, ravines, rocks. And part of the fun is maneuvering past those things.
There was one common obstacle that we didn't encounter: hikers.
Sometimes there's a tension between hikers and mountain bikers, right?
Yes, that's why total respect for other trail users is essential for everybody to have a good time out here. Some trails around Chicago, you're going to see people on horseback, and you need to show respect to people who are on the trail, either by giving them their room that they need, letting them know you're coming, and maybe saying hi when you can pass them by.
I imagine these trails can get kind of muddy sometimes. How are the trail conditions today?
Today they're beautiful. They're kind of sticky, and you know, your tires can get a good grip, and not too dry, not too wet. If they do get too wet, you definitely don't want to ride. If you're leaving trail marks all over the place, it's not good for the land, it's not good for the next visitor.
Just as I was feeling pretty confident, we started up this hill.
Oh.
Doesn't look that steep, does it? Well, how about this way?
Well, what's nice about the trail systems around Chicago is that they allow you to be selective in terms of choosing places to visit that match your ability levels, whether they're flat and slow and gradual, or kind of fast and steep and difficult.
But Peter Strazzabosco says there is something about this trail that keeps him coming back.
It's going to challenge you. It's going to give you a lot of rewards. It's going to give you, it's going to mess with your head. It's going to hurt you, but in the end, it's going to take really good care of you if you take good care of it.
For Chicago Tonight, I'm Jay Shefsky.
Jay, you've got to rely on what they call the granny gear. I have. Peter Strazzabosco is the author of the Chicago Mountain Bike Trails Guide, and you can find out more about his book and about mountain biking in Chicago on our website.